bring us in then?
No, we're already in. It doesn't even matter anymore. I decided, fuck it, we don't need an intro.
We already got an intro.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show in our
No, it's not that one.
Did we just turn ourselves on?
That sounded like...
Now which one is it? I've narrowed it down. I've hit 3 of 4. Nope, it's still not number 1.
You've narrowed it down.
That's
You
the
still
one
haven't
you
found
tried
the problem.
We all need one of those. Those are fun.
Well, yeah, dude, it'd be great if we had some sort of weird splitter that we could plug in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little piece of equipment, this little Zoom P4.
Are we doing advertisements for them now, too?
Oh,
It's a good piece of equipment, man.
Send us a better one,
a
Zoom.
good piece of
P.
You know.
Give us the P5.
I think that there's a P6.
Oh, shit.
Well, then the
God damn it.
P6
Then
it
we'll
is.
beta test the P7.
I thought first off, they're going to pod track in numbers of 2.
All right. P8.
There you have one of those, I
The
believe.
P8.
I believe. Let me see.
Well, let's do it.
So,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh, shit. Kevin's got something to
My
say.
bad. I got to check out hockey scores.
He's got to check out hockey scores. So,
Better be fucking muted, dude.
there's been a lot that's gone on this week, and a lot to talk about. One of those things that I would like to talk about is the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
Yeah, some
We
news
going with that one first?
Why not?
I guess.
Why not? We got to start somewhere, right?
Who's
Kyle
Kyle Rittenhouse?
So for those of you who have been
dude.
living under a
He's
rock
really good
and
at
don't
Call
know
of
who
Duty.
Kyle Rittenhouse is,
He is.
Kyle Rittenhouse is a 17-year-old boy who is in trial.
I think he's 18
in court right
now.
now. Well, he's
Young man.
18 now.
Yeah.
He was 17 when it happened back in 2020. And what happened was during all the riots last year,
Peaceful protest?
or
Yeah.
peaceful protests, as the media likes to
try to
call
get
them.
that
town
right, please.
burns, you got to call
As-
it peaceful.
Yeah, as the town burns, I guess it was a peaceful protest, and people died, buildings burnt down, but it was very peaceful. I think
it's
one of
usually-
them said, one of the actual CNN broadcasters said, "Fiery but peaceful protest."
That was about
and that
Portland,
building's
yeah.
burning
That
behind
one was
them.
hilarious because
Yeah.
the dude's
Yes,
just
I remember
standing there
that.
as shit's on
Shit's
fire.
just on fire
him.
behind him.
Such a positive vibe here.
Yeah, positive.
But it
Everybody
reminds-
Feeling the love.
It reminds me
Lots
of that,
of love.
that meme where the guy's like, everything's fine. He's sitting in the house burning
and it's all
down.
burning down. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It
Like,
totally evokes
I
that.
don't think fine is what I would describe this as.
Yeah. So, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where this instance happened, Kyle Rittenhouse was there. He was asked by owners of some of the properties out there, along with several others, to defend their property during these protests, quote unquote, that were
Right.
going on. And he
And
was
that's-
also
and let's be honest though that there were some people there that were absolutely protesting.
sure.
No, and then
yeah.
there was the people that were taking advantage of the protest.
Of course,
to make
that's.
their
I mean, because
That's how they
I
always
can't, you can't
ended up.
You can't label
Exactly.
everybody there as a fucking rioter or
Sure,
looter.
because there were people there legitimately.
Yeah, I would say
peacefully
probably
protesting.
the
Absolutely.
majority of the people are probably not the assholes,
Right.
but there were still the assholes.
There were the assholes there, and those assholes were causing a lot of problems. And so Kyle Rittenhouse was one of several people who were going around trying to defend these properties, but also Rittenhouse was going around
I now
trying
kind
to
of wish I had a yawn. button.
use medics. He was being a medic, going around helping people. Even rioters. He was helping everybody, anybody who needed help. And there's video of him doing this. Well, what happened was during this, he got involved where he was trying to stop the rioters, from pushing a burning dumpster into a gas station, which could have set the gas station on fire or caused some worse.
How would that happen?
I don't know. Look, that's not the point. They're trying to push them
I'm
into.
sorry, you
well,
see a flaming dumpster going
well,
towards
they're trying to
tanks.
push the
You're gonna
flaming
just-
dumpster towards the gas station, the gas tanks.
I don't get the connection.
You don't think that could have caused a problem?
I like how you think I'm serious in any fucking
No, it's
way
just, like,
at all.
confusing.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
so
I just don't get
he
how you-
basically tries to stop him, and then these people chase after him and try to hurt him. So he shoots them, and it's all on video.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little.
It's the most clear-cut
Well,
instance of
but-
self-defense I've ever seen.
But I think that's a little too black-white type thing. I mean,
Well,
there was
right.
a lot of shit that happened. He did try to
Obviously.
retreat. He
Yeah,
did
yeah,
try
there's
to-
more to it than that,
He didn't
yeah.
have to. I mean, I don't know what.
So the first guy that came after him chased after, apparently threatened him beforehand.
Yeah.
And other people saw this and said, if I catch you alone, I'm going to kill you tonight. You know,
Yeah,
that
I
kind
heard
of thing.
about it.
Yeah. And that's the first guy he shot. The guy's name was like Rosenbaum or something like that.
Yeah, it was
And-
Rosenbaum.
Yeah, and on the video, you can see Rosenbaum chasing after Rittenhouse. And this is the one where he was trying to retreat. Rittenhouse
I don't know
was.
if you've seen the meme of Rosenbaum. It's pretty fucked up.
No, except for I know that he was like a
Well,
monstrous
it said
pedophile.
he died what he loved, or he died doing what he loved, trying to touch children.
Trying to touch children.
Oh my God.
It was so fucked
Yeah.
up.
The guy, and apparently that guy, like the day before, or something had gotten out of like a mental
Yeah,
hospital or
look,
something.
regardless, because you got to look at it based on whatever the facts are of the time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you could have a seriously terrible person, and the facts are on his side. The
Sure.
facts don't seem to be on that guy's
They're
side.
not. They're not. And the thing is, him being a terrible person is whatever. You know.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
should be kind of irrelevant on
Yeah,
that part.
and it is. It is. And in the situation, Rittenhouse was in the right because this guy Rosenbaum was trying to grab his gun after he had tried to retreat and basically cornered him. And so Rittenhouse fired on him. And after that, Rittenhouse tried to get away. He even went back for Rosenbaum to check on him. And people were there trying to help him. You know,
Yeah.
they like someone wrapped a shirt around the wound or
Yeah,
something.
around his
and
head, 'cause he
Wrapped
got
his
shot in
head,
the
yeah.
head.
And
I think he was pretty much gone.
I think it was, yeah. And there's video of that, of
Yeah.
them wrapping him. And so Rittenhouse then tries to run because other people are coming after him. And the next videos show him running through the street, and he's being chased by these people. One guy, like Rittenhouse falls over, he trips as he's running away. And one guy comes up and hits him with a skateboard.
Yeah,
And he shoots that guy
in the chest.
in the chest. The guy dies almost right away. And
yeah,
then
'cause
another
I think he
guy-
got hit in the heart.
He
so.
got hit in the heart, yeah. And another guy jump kicks him, and that guy gets away. Rittenhouse doesn't attack him, doesn't fire on him. But then the third guy comes up, and this is the guy they brought to the stand in the trial.
It's because he survived. I mean,
Yeah, he survived.
can't
He's
really-
the guy that pulled the gun on Rittenhouse.
I guess you could exhume the other two and bring them to the stand
yeah,
too.
obviously. But they brought a lot of other people there.
That would be
and,
weird.
That wasn't really my point. But I'm saying this is the guy that was
Yeah,
you know,
no, I know,
involved
I
that
know.
actually was on the stand. But like he went up to him because he tried to bridge the distance between him and Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
and
but you gotta-
Rittenhouse pulled a gun on him. He puts his hands up as if, hey man, I'm not doing anything, backing off. And then the moment Rittenhouse he started to turn away or tried to get a jam out of his gun because I guess his gun was jammed.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
on
something like
point.
that. And then the guy pulls a gun on Rittenhouse and has said that he was going to shoot Rittenhouse. And that's when Rittenhouse shot him in the bicep.
Yeah.
And then he did not continue to fire on him. Rittenhouse could have killed him, but he didn't.
That's I think a key point in here.
Exactly. He only fired on the people who were a direct threat to him, and when they were no longer a threat, he didn't fire on them, which is important because he could have gone that extra step and fired and killed him. He didn't.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
made
think-
it. The way the media put it out was this guy was a white supremacist just going there to kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
he
not
was-
the case at
He
all.
was showing up to he had a vendetta and he wanted to kill people and
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look.
they twisted it that way.
They did.
I mean, everything you see posted about him on the actual national media was this guy's a fucking racist.
Yeah.
And he's a murderer and he needs to be put away for life because he went there with the intent to kill people.
Yeah.
It,
And that's exactly the narrative they've been pushing. And even now, after the trial is being broadcast every day and so many people are watching, they're still, companies like MSNBC, NPR, are still pushing lies
Yeah.
about the trial that's going on, about what's happening in the trial. And like we were talking about this before, the guy that fired on, or tried to fire on Rittenhouse and aimed a gun at him and lost his bicep, that guy lied on the stand and was caught lying, but also he pretty much
kinda-
torpedoed the prosecution's case.
kind of
and
one of the things that he
media's
lied
lying about
about
that.
is it had to do with his lawsuit that he had too.
a civil lawsuit.
Yeah, he's
right?
got a civil
Yeah.
lawsuit against the town for like $10 million because they didn't
Yeah.
stop this as he was trying to shoot a kid.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
You guys didn't stop me from doing something dumb.
yeah,
It just the thing that he said on the stand though that was most damning towards the prosecution's case is the fact that he said that he had the gun out beforehand and was going up to close in on him to get a shot on him.
Yeah, yeah. So I think he had a Glock. Or
He
something
admitted
like that.
he admitted that he pulled a gun and pointed a gun at Kyle.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
had it. He had
And
it
that's
pointed at
Kyle's
him.
defense. This was all
Defense.
self-defense.
Yeah. So essentially, he proved the defense's case.
Well, the other thing is
in
there's
that
fucking,
regard.
there's fucking video.
You
of
could
it.
see the prosecutor when he said that going like this. He's literally face palming,
Yes.
like, "Oh
Dude,
God,
it's hilarious. It's gonna be
it's
a
so
meme for
funny
years.
forever." Yeah,
It's gonna be fucking
the moment this
you're
guy
just gonna
told
see
me that-
this over and over.
It's
and
You know,
over.
he's probably still going to get the gun charges or something like that. I mean, he's not getting
Yeah,
stopped.
no, and-
if ultimately,
And the
I'd like
thing
to
is,
think
I
that this is
don't
going to
have-
be dropped, but he's still going to get some charges filed
But I
against
don't
him.
have as much of a problem if they get him on things that are actually
Legitimate.
yes, because I've seen this happen before.
Yeah,
I've
look at
watched
that.
Because he
I've
was
watched
underage
episodes
or something like that.
Yeah,
he wasn't supposed
it's
to have
right
the
there.
gun.
Look at that prosecutor.
Yeah.
His face palm. He knows
but I've
he's
watched
done.
things like the first 48. I've watched things where this gang member got
And I'll put
ambushed by
that
somebody.
picture up.
He had an illegal gun, which is why he ran. And then when he ended up telling the cops about it, and all the evidence lined up exactly the way he was talking, he got freed from it, basically saying that it was self-defense.
Yeah.
But he still got the gun charge.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna-
it's like, well, yeah, he's
but
not
you
supposed
know,
to have
he's
it.
financially backed, so that's going to be nothing for Kyle. Because
He's got a lot of help right
A
now.
lot of the right wings all about giving him money.
Well, and
the
it's
thing,
not
I
even the
hate
right wing. It's
Well,
not
no,
even just
just
the right wing. There's a
been-
lot of just
There's
regular
been some
people.
pretty risky photos. Well, not risky, but there's some pretty questionable photos that have shown up after the fact of Kyle giving that whole white supremacist logo or hand sign. or
That's all
whatever,
bullshit,
you know.
though.
There's-
That's
yeah.
There's been a lot of things coming up after the fact where they're trying to make this guy look out to be.
They are.
Well, yeah, didn't they
They
try
are.
to?
They're smearing him like crazy.
Didn't they try to entrap him once at a bar?
Yeah.
Something
And
like
then
that, yeah.
Saying that he was there with
Proud
Proud
Boys.
Boys,
Yeah.
yeah.
even though he had, he
he has
just was
no
at-
connection
yeah.
to the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just happen to be in the area or
Yeah,
something like
right.
that. Yeah.
But there's still a lot of there's a lot of bad eggs that are still backing this guy. I don't want to
Sure.
Say,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you know that there are some supremacist groups that are probably like, yeah, that guy was doing God's work. And
You know, I'm sure that
That
there
doesn't help
are
him at
unsavory
all.
people that are.
No, but there's always gonna
but-
you're always gonna have on whatever side of any issue that you have, you're always gonna have shitty people.
Yeah.
right.
So you
Yeah.
can't
That's
take
kinda the point I'm making
But
is
you
that-
can't, so you can't take the issue and throw it away based on
Well, you
the
can
fa-
capitalize.
You also
on it and
can't
make it
blame
look really
Rittenhouse
shitty.
for people that want to support him.
people can, but what I'm saying is though, you can't just throw out an entire thing because there's a shitty person backing somebody.
Right.
You know.
I agree.
I mean, it's the same thing that works with everything.
Yeah. The whole that doesn't work. And cancel culture tends to
Well, yeah, you can't
go
even,
after
that's the
people
other
like
thing.
that.
You can't even say anything
No.
without somebody like, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's another thing. Like we talked about on one of the shows, like the whole drive cam thing, and I've had the conversation with you before about the government and its spying, and you're like, I don't care, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's
I'm
a
right there with you.
bullshit fucking answer.
What do you mean?
Because eventually they could come up with something that they don't like about you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how this works in other places
Yeah.
that do
Oh
this
well,
type of shit.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they
I'm not saying that we're gonna get there, but
Oh, we're already there. In some,
but
some
what I'm
ways.
saying though is like, you know, like China's doing that shit right now.
Oh yeah.
China's
Yeah.
doing, you know, with their whole social credit system
Well,
and
this
fucking-
tends to be like, for instance, you see this in authoritarian countries. That tends to be a way that the populace. It's almost like the governments find a way for the populace to sort of control themselves and police themselves.
Well, yeah, it's-
And like for instance, in the Soviet Union, there was a similar kind of thing to cancel culture, where it was like people were reporting each other.
Look, it's all gonna be V from V for
well,
Vendetta.
yeah, that kind of thing,
That's
yeah.
that's what's going on here with the mask thing. I mean,
Yes.
that's died down. I mean, now it seems to me now this whole mask thing is people just don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
you go to any
it depends
store
on where
like
you're
that.
at
Yeah.
in the country.
You know, yeah, but
the masks
even Portland
are
is kind of
dubious
dying down
protection
about
anyway.
that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like, yeah, you know what, I'm done. I'm done.
First off, it's
You go to
pretty
our
dumb.
workplace. It's funny because our superiors, you know, they're. I remember when it was you walk in and they put a fucking thermostat or a thermometer up against your fucking head,
yeah.
Yeah.
and now you know. I mean, nothing's really changed except for the vaccine.
Yeah.
But even the vaccine hasn't really changed much of anything, in
No.
my opinion.
And now we're just
No, it
getting
hasn't,
booster
actually.
shots out of booster shots because it's
So
turning out.
you're no longer
know.
fully vaccinated until the next booster
Yeah.
shows up, and then the next one's just.
Then it's like, well, yeah. How many booster shots are we all going to need
Right.
before?
I guess
you
Pfizer's
know.
got a pill now though that they say you can take after you get COVID, and it like 95% like.
It's probably
lowers the
just
risk.
ivermectin. Just put
Yeah,
it
I
in.
know. Wouldn't that be
that's,
funny?
That's kind of what people are saying, but still, the idea that just taking a pill now, because I mean, I got kids. Kids are scared of needles and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
here, take this pill. You're feeling sick.
But the
take a
thing is,
pill.
though, I don't think it stops though with that.
What it
Yeah.
does, from what I understand, this pill that I think Pfizer's coming out with,
Pfizer's making money.
It's been approved.
Funny
I
too,
think
like
I
they
think the
sponsor
United
almost everything on
Kingdom's doing it,
CNN.
or Europe's doing it. But you know, if you get COVID, you start to show the symptoms. You run the risk of being hospitalized. They give you this pill, and it helps with all the symptoms. You can go home a lot earlier. You don't stay sick, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it is.
If that's the case, but it's just 85% effective against fighting it. So
I don't
that's
know.
it makes this has been a conversation for what the last almost
2 years,
yeah.
almost 2 years now.
Jesus, 2
Yeah.
years.
It'll be,
of this
well,
nonsense.
technically,
It's
it
crazy
is.
it's already been that
Technically, it
long.
is 2 years because I think the first cases were actually right around now in
When they
China.
said Washington
Right.
State was ground zero, and now they've
Yes.
changed it to
Kirkland-
California.
Kirkland, Washington.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
California technically was.
Yeah, they had one case in California, and then,
Yeah.
I
Which-
remember
but-
seeing it when this
but
first
that-
rolled out in China too.
It's
like,
not
people
surprising
walking
though.
the
Like
streets with guns and shit.
anytime they say California or New York would be what a shock.
right?
you
The
know,
most
Yeah, they got
dense
so many
population.
people
Well,
from
the,
so
not just
many
not just the
countries
dense
coming in all the
populations.
time.
That's the
Yeah.
key right there is the fact that they have the largest international airports. that we have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's true.
So anything that's going to travel from somewhere else is going to get here.
Yeah.
That's
You got
the
a
way it
lot
works.
of business and all kinds of stuff going through those, so there's people from all over.
Yeah.
Especially New York, I'd say, even more so than LA.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's everyone ties America to
but
is
you
to
look-
New York and
Yeah.
California.
But you look at it, you're
Borders
like,
are
okay,
yeah.
so
Absolutely.
those are bad. They're dense. They're populated in such a way. Then you look at places like Japan.
They're doing
They
great.
didn't have a problem with
Nope.
it. They're they're on small islands.
Yeah.
Yes, in Taiwan, I guess Taiwan has like 0.00.
Well, Taiwan
yeah.
did a weird thing. They did it a little different than a lot
They've
of
always
places.
worn masks prior to this. Like, and
Not
they
just
actually
that,
care about
they
each
also
other.
shut everything down like immediately.
Yeah, it's because also they were able to lock everybody in their homes.
That's
like,
what it was.
Forcefully.
Yeah, no,
and
they did everything
Yeah.
immediately.
they have the ability.
And
look
now
at us
China's
as
getting
a
ready to
communist
take it
country
over.
that we
So
don't have.
we're
Yeah.
ready for that.
Follow those.
Or
Well-
is it? Yeah, it's Taiwan.
We'll see. Yeah, I know they're definitely ramping
It looks
up.
like
the,
they're gearing up for it.
It does. I mean, they've been like
Have
sending.
you seen anything on that?
Yeah, I've heard something about
It's-
China ready to take
well,
Taiwan back.
Just
And-
a lot of
I
the
guess.
shit.
Well,
that they've
according to
been
them,
doing
they'll be taking it back.
military-wise, with the movements that they've made with their forces and shit like
This
that.
is getting fucking serious, guys.
Hey, that's the way the world works
We're on
sometimes.
this
They-
one.
Some episodes
Sometimes
get
it gets serious.
Guy right now is like Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Fucking
Wow,
awesome.
dude.
Ooh, that's fucking
I,
heavy.
Well,
I
hey, this Taiwan thing is a big deal because the reason why Taiwan's so important to the world is that they are one of the only places that makes a certain kind of
Sneakers.
computer chip.
sneakers.
It's
No,
a
I think
computer
that's
chip.
mostly China.
Yeah, well,
actually.
it's a computer chip or that is
they have little
basically
nets to stop
in
them.
For the Toyota Tacoma.
almost everything.
Yeah.
Like cell phones, computers, all kinds of shit. And if China gets control of that, that means they are going to then be one of the only sources for that
Yeah, but
technology.
you got to remember,
puts them
China
in.
controls a lot of the shit we already had. Remember
That's
when
our
the
fault.
pandemic started? They controlled like the gloves, the masks, everything.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, that was awesome, right?
It was like,
Yeah,
I'm
because
surprised
we
they
put all
stockpiled
of
that
our
shit.
well, it's
We
like
sent
they
all of our
stockpiled
industry
it,
over
but
there
that's
years
the
ago.
thing. We send all the
Yeah.
industry over
That's
there. We
pretty
don't.
cool.
We don't
all
make
our
anything
manufacturing
of our own
and shit is in China.
Look
Yeah.
at these
What do we
N95s,
make over
that's-
here now? We make
We'll send you some fake ones.
we make TikTok stars over here.
Yeah.
and fucking
Fucking do.
Shattered Dreams. And
I'm
that's
Yeah.
it.
Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't forget, now there's
That's our-
OnlyFans stars.
Dude, well,
And apparently
look,
they're making way
I
more
don't
bank.
Remember when they stopped that though for like what? Like
It was a
week?
day.
It
It
was
was
like a day, and
It
then
was
they
literally
yeah.
one day.
And then they realized how much money
They
they're
go.
going to lose.
Well, so what it was
That
is
was hilarious.
they
It
did
was
it.
hilarious.
They did it because a lot of people weren't investing in it.
Oh.
They didn't want to invest in a They're like, I don't want to invest in porn. And they're like, well, yeah, then we'll die down on that.
Dude, we're not gonna let
And
porn
let's
in.
be
And then they
honest,
go, oh
it's not
shit,
just porn.
that's all we do is this.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's supposed
But
to be
I don't
used
have
for
a
all
problem
sorts of
with it.
things,
I
but
know-
everyone uses it
So
for porn.
are we gonna start an OnlyFans?
I
guys?
know a lot
We
of
really
guys that
should.
fucking hate
Click-
the
Look,
OnlyFans chicks
look,
because they
it's
make money,
$5
and I'm like,
and,
fuck it,
Kevin
who
will
cares?
and
check out
look,
his-
every
take off his
format that
Canadian
let
tuxedo
porn.
over
Kevin
there.
will put that.
Hey, every format,
He will make sure the whole thing goes.
every format that allowed porn to be on their format won. So look, VHS and Betamax. Betamax chose not to take porn. VHS did. Look who's still here. VHS. Then
Blu-ray.
DVD. Well, used to be that. DVD and what was it?
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc or whatever. Yeah.
well, and the fact that
they
Laserdisc were like this fucking big.
Right,
like
right.
records.
But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah, that was
DVD
cool.
said, "Hey, porn, you're in." And guess what? The other one went out the door. Then Blu-ray, and then the
first-
Microsoft HD
Well,
one. Microsoft HD said no porn. Blu-ray was like yes.
the first-
Boom.
Talk about these
Blu-ray
things
was
right
the
here.
king.
Like, remember when smartphones first came out?
Yeah.
Then you found out you could get porn on these bad boys. Screens got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Damn right they did.
Because I remember, like, it was cool to have that sleek, sexy,
Yes.
small phone. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Dude,
look at that tiny phone. That
people-
gets
Well, they
fucking
made
pimping.
jokes about it. They're,
Yeah.
like they would do like I'd see like skits of like the phone getting to like
No,
an
we had a
inch.
coworker. Remember that big
Dude,
dude? we got
porn
working for us, and
literally
he had that little
begi-
tiny flip
It runs
phone.
the fucking
It
world.
runs the world.
Well, it runs
and like,
the U.S.
Well, it runs whatever. Yeah, but the thing is though, if
Because it's amazing and
yeah,
great.
but everybody likes it whether they agree to it or whether they admit it or not. And the thing is that any platform that has porn on there is gonna win.
Yeah.
They're gonna win.
Sex sells,
You
man.
know? Yes, it
Sex
does.
sells.
100%.
What is
Speaking of
this-
which,
what is this
be a
porn
good
you're
time
talking
to
about?
recommend our sponsor, velvetalleydesigns.com. Check them out. This is their
Sponsor Unicorn Dick.
one of their wonderful. One of their.
That's
wonderful-
great.
yeah,
Working with
fantastic.
nothing but
They call
shills.
this their
You shills.
legacy adult pleasure toy. Fantastic piece.
They make amazing.
Tim recommends
It
it.
looks like a unicorn. It's pretty cool. you know?
Yeah.
And comes in different sizes, different colors, different I don't know, thickness, I guess you want to say.
Girth?
Girth. There it is.
Girth.
Yeah.
This one I highly recommend. I mean, not this one particular. This one's mine. But get yourself one. Go check them out.
Look, if we start a
Velvet Alley-
Patreon and
Velvet
get to a
Alley
certain
Designs.
Is
point,
it velvet-alley.com?
Tim will send that one specifically
Yeah,
to you.
Yeah, velvet-alley.com.
We'll put that on the.
I'll
thing
put it
there
up
for
on
you
the
guys to
screen.
Click and
It's gonna-
subscribe.
Absolutely.
I think the YouTube will say
And in the description.
There's
paid
some really cool
sponsor
stuff
or
that
whatever.
guys-
Yeah,
it
there's
is.
a little thing we
Yeah.
gotta
He's
click for.
always
That's
coming up
fine.
with better designs, better. His latest one. Did you see his latest one?
The blender.
The blender.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
Oh,
one yet.
Man, it's fucking awesome.
You get to stick your dick in a blender.
It's a pocket pussy.
Isn't
looks
that
like a
amazing?
blender.
The only
It's
problem
so
is the only problem I can see with
awesome.
this.
fucking
That's
brilliant.
so
I can
bad.
so see a lawsuit with this. You know, somebody's like, I tried fucking my blender.
No, I'm sorry, but that no one's gonna no.
You
Oh,
don't
that's
think so?
amazing.
I have a blender at home, and if I try that,
Yeah,
That's
by
the
all
thing. They
means,
make these
buddy,
awesome,
do it.
fun designs.
What are
It's
you-
just
what are you,
I don't
two-
think I'm gonna try that.
coolest sex
It
toys
seems
you'll
like
ever
a
find.
terrible
Hilarious.
idea.
Hilarious. But yeah,
Yes.
great company. Good
They're
people,
amazing.
Bubbles
They
and
are good
Tie.
people.
Check them out. I think you're really gonna enjoy their stuff.
I think you will.
I know
They're
I do.
awesome. Hell yeah.
Ding.
Okay.
think so.
Well, there we go.
Velvet Alley is the next evolution in sex
It's
toys.
kind of a ding.
That works, I guess. Hey, you guys. Moving on. You know, this was a while back, but I thought it was pretty neat that Muskie. Heard this story about Muskie, old Muskie.
Oh, him fucking challenging.
Yeah, there's like European food.
I don't remember some food
I mean, it's
thing.
kinda
Not
old
it
news,
wasn't
but-
like
Oh, I haven't heard of
UNICEF or
this.
anything like that. It was something else.
There was something where
They said
they're saying
bitching about
if we had a
billionaires.
fraction of what these super billionaires had, we could end world hunger now.
Hmm.
And Elon Musk tweeted like, "I will sell $6 billion of stocks if you can show me exactly how that would."
Yeah,
be
he was
used
just
to
gonna give it
cure
away.
World hunger.
I could see
they
Musk
never
doing
they
that,
never
yeah.
responded.
No,
They never
there
responded?
was
Of
a
course they
response.
did.
Oh, they
said,
finally
we'll,
had
we'll
one?
fly out and talk to you directly, Mr. Elon.
Of
And
course
that
they
was
will,
all we had.
because they're
That's
gonna
all
send
they
their
heard.
they're gonna send their salesperson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elon's no idiot.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he
not.
But at the same time, other people now, other celebrities, like, and I will put money on it too. You know?
Dude, if they're genuine about that, because honestly, it could, but the only thing is they have to actually handle it properly because
They won't. It's
Yeah.
it's a money making.
That's the problem.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna feed people.
yeah.
yeah, and that's why homelessness
still
is
got $1
still a
billion
problem because
overhead,
these
you know?
like you got these like you go to places like the Pacific Northwest or like San Francisco, California, places like that. it's the policies that are destroying everything.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
not.
look.
They've turned homelessness into a business. They don't want
Yeah.
that shit to end.
It's the same thing
They won't
with,
get their
like-
paychecks.
It's the same thing with like rape whistles. How are you going to sell rape whistles if rape's not happening?
Yeah, I guess.
I can't argue that. You know, there's
You
no
know,
argument
weren't you the
against
one saying we always bring up rape, and now you're the one bringing it
I
up?
just thought when you guys mentioned that, I was like, that's actually, yeah.
that. Think about the rape whistle makers. All right, next time you decide.
Yeah.
You know,
Next time you decide to
let's
not
keep them in
rape?
business.
next time you decide to get consent.
Jesus.
What the fuck, dude?
That's what you tell her too. Is like, no, I'm just trying to do you know.
Yeah,
Help
look,
that company
I
out
got
with their
stock
rape
in
whistles.
whistles.
I like helping small businesses.
Oh, okay, I understand. Jesus.
Look, you just gotta explain things.
Oh yeah, she's totally changed her mind. The whole outlook on the thing.
You're right. There's,
It's right
it's,
there.
they're monopolizing and monetizing, you know, people's struggles. It's
Well,
always
yeah.
been that
Absolutely.
way, you know?
They are.
I've always thought that. You
And
know,
I don't entirely have a problem with it. Look at the kid that fucking came up with the way to clean the ocean out.
oh, I've seen several of these. The oil
Yeah,
one
but
or
the- no, the-
plastic one
is
or
that
the-
that
the
kid
big
with the
garbage?
plastic
one,
thing?
the guy
Yeah.
from like Sweden or
I think he had
Finland
him-
or
Was it like a boat
Didn't Joe
that,
Rogan
like,
have
had
him
a
on?
Yeah, it's
conveyor belt on it or something
it's
like that.
something that it pulls in all the shit, and they say that they could get rid of like 60% or something like that
Well, they're saying
within
something
like
now,
a few
like
years or 10 years or
you
something.
send us $10 and we can take a pound of plastic out of the ocean.
That's awesome.
How? Show me where that $10 is.
Well,
going.
you just hand it to him, and then
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just took a pound of
It-
plastic.
it almost-
I
it's
could
the
go
kid
to
you're
the
talking
ocean
about,
and
the
take
one
a
that
pound of
Rogan had
plastic
on
out
his show?
myself.
it sounds a lot like the whole fucking like all the crypto scams that are going
Oh
around.
my
Like,
God,
here,
dude.
give it to this. This is a new. It's gonna be great. They got people on Squid Game. The
Did they?
Squid Game cryptocurrency came out,
Oh my
and they built. The only thing is they didn't bilk people out of that much. I mean, it was like it's still a lot, $2.3 million.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's in the grand scheme of thing, it's not.
Oh.
I mean, look at Madoff. Madoff took like billions. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not
Sure.
much. But you know, you're preying on like, oh man, I'm really into this thing that might help me out. This is gonna save me from all the problems I have. Oh,
Well, that's the
it was
American
fake.
way, isn't
Yep,
it?
and it was
that's,
fake.
that's how everything works. That's how all these scams work. is
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everyone you
Has that-
prey on
Well, it's
people
one of the
that are
reasons why
struggling.
you can't call
Exactly.
multi-level marketing a pyramid scheme.
Nah.
You can't call it that.
bullshit.
They have actually put in laws, you know, so you can't. You're not supposed to be able to do that. But if you look at it,
But that's
sure
what it
does
is.
look like a, you know, like that food thing that we have.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
oh yeah.
what
That
would
thing
the-
that turned
what
out to
would-
be bullshit.
What would free food
They
look
also.
like? You
Wouldn't
know,
it be funny
if-
if we found out that the Egyptian pyramids were also bullshit? Just anything that's
Anything
made of
that's
a
a
pyramid
pyramid's
is
bullshit.
bullshit.
I've
Even in the old days, they knew.
I've thought about that. I've given some thought, but like, imagine what like if we were to, you know, if we had free food right now, like what would that look like? Like I was talking to you.
Soylent
about
Green.
Yeah.
you walk into a restaurant and everything's
Soylent
paid
Green.
for.
I
and
think
taken
what
care
it would look like is what we were talking about. I think it would look like there'd be some people that would be able
of. It
to
wouldn't be
just
like a soup kitchen, you know, where there's
No,
shade
it would
involved.
100% be.
You think so?
Yes, eventually it all look. That's what communism tries,
Be like
and they ended up
nutrient
having
paste.
fucking lines and lines and lines
Yeah.
of people.
Bread lines.
I remember when like what was it? The first McDonald's opened in fucking what was it? Moscow, I think, in like was it late 80s or
I'm not sure.
early 90s? Like the lines just to get into that, you know,
Probably
because it was like
insane.
real food. Before it was potatoes, you know,
Right, yeah.
and bread.
Well,
Yeah.
So
but
I
mean, no,
think
but
it all
on,
turned-
on a higher level, not just potatoes
No,
and bread.
but
like,
that's the problem with looking at things through the lens of utopia. There is no utopia.
Yeah. Whenever somebody starts
You
saying
know,
things
there
about
just isn't.
utopia, you should get frightened.
Yeah, it's just it never works out.
pomegranates and
What is it?
grapes and-
The road to hell is paved with good
Paved with
intentions.
Good intentions, exactly.
You know,
Anybody calling about utopia,
that's-
how we're gonna make it,
fucking deep.
all of it
super
right-
deep.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's
that
always,
thing's gonna
It always ends up
It already
leading
has
to a
been.
bloodbath, genocide, and famine.
I don't know
and
why I
starvation.
see on that wall that
Yeah.
screw. I just keep thinking that's a fucking spider crawling up.
I had I was trying to put my guitar up there, but
Well, it's
I
mainly-
I
it's-
realized I have my heat there, and I don't want the heat.
Oh no, you don't
rising
need
up
it
to my guitar.
delamming the
I
wood.
don't need to do that. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to hang my guitars. I don't want to put them behind us because that's just going to be a bad.
Dude, I started watching a lot of poker shit again. I kind of want to start playing poker again.
Poker's
Yeah,
fun.
I've never got into that card game.
You guys have never played poker?
I
You
play poker.
I don't do that shit.
See, I loved it. I thought it was
Haven't played in a long
super
time, but
enjoyable.
yeah.
I'm also
I used to like it.
fairly decent at reading people. Now, I'm sure
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure at the higher levels I probably wouldn't be.
Is that right? You can read a
No,
person.
no, I can tell you're fucking disgust with this conversation.
Fucking whiz kid over here.
No, but I was fairly good at it, actually.
Actually, he was. I remember we would go to the casino. We'd all give him our money and have him play for us, and then he'd come back with money that he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called sucking dick in the parking lot, bud.
Look, if you're good at it, you don't have to do that many. That's all I'm saying.
When you're good at it, you don't have to do that many. You don't suck that many
Remember,
dicks.
Tyler fucking. There was one time Tyler got mad at me later on because I didn't give him his $100 back. But I was like, dude, you after winning like $500, you came up to me and said, "Here, just have this," and I was like, "Okay." And then I made a bunch
Yeah.
of money,
So-
and he lost all
So
of
that
his.
was your gig, man. You bet other people's money and you.
No,
made money off of it,
that
or
wasn't
what?
normal.
We only
that
did
was
that
only
a couple
like
of times, yeah.
3 times that I went up there like
But
that.
yeah, man, he did win, man. He
No,
was,
just
you know.
because I was watching a lot of people with their weird calls and shit, reading people and stuff.
So
I
that's
remember
what poker's about. Then it's just basically telling us someone's lying.
the one thing that I like
I
about
thought it was
poker.
all about the odds of you
No,
getting
see,
cards.
see, that's the one thing I love about poker is
more about
you're
playing
not
the
playing
person.
against the house.
You're playing the person.
You're never playing the house. The house makes their money, right?
Tombstone said something like that. It says
So-
only a fool that bets against the house.
Yeah, and I don't like
right.
playing a lot of games. The only game that I ever played against the house would be I play blackjack, but I'm not a big fan of blackjack.
That shit's easy. I like that
It's
one.
easy, but I'm not a big fan.
'Cause I can understand that one. I can-
Baccarat is a much better game.
I've never actually
What's
played
the one with the
Baccarat.
ball that has the table that spins? and shit
That
like
is
Roulette?
Roulette, yeah.
Yeah, I never liked that. The odds on that one.
Yeah,
are fucking terrible.
I was never
Well,
a fan
not
of
if you
that
just bet colors. Then it's fine.
So a lot of
but
people
that's
do.
50-50, but you don't get a turnout. As
Well,
much
it's
as you want.
50-50, but I think you're only paid out. You're not paid out, a double.
Yeah.
I think it's a little less, but no, the
gambling in
I like.
general. I
What?
don't
See,
like it.
I like
It's definitely
Baccarat
a safer
because
bet,
Baccarat
though.
actually has your best odds out of any game in a casino.
Really?
Is that
Yeah,
a
I
card
think it's
game or is that
it's
like a
it's a card game. So what it is
Tiddlywinks or something like that?
in this card game, you're betting on either the player to win or the banker to win, and if it's a push, nobody makes any money,
there you
nobody
go.
loses any
Yeah.
money,
I know
right? But
Baccarat's
you got to
popular
add
in
up
other
to I
countries.
believe it's a total of 9. So you bet which one's going to get 9 or closest to 9. And there's other rules within it. I don't remember every little intricate rule to it, but no, you have your best odds in it. It's the other thing that I like about that game is you can actually pass hands. Like you can't do that in most of the other games. You can't sit there and go, "Oh, I'm not going to bet on this hand," right?
Oh,
In this game, in Baccarat, you can. It's kind of like poker. In poker, if I don't have any money in, I can
gotta
fold
fold.
if I don't like my hand.
Uh,
So that's another reason why I like
well,
poker.
maybe we should do a podcast about that. How to play poker.
I'm sure there's like 50,000 of
Yeah,
those too.
Jesus, man.
No, but like
Yeah.
I said, I was just looking into it again, and I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to play because I had one of my best reads up at the casino. It was the easiest read in the world because the two guys played the hand exactly the way you would play their hands. I ended up having not a great hand, but I knew that I'm playing against aces over here and kings over here. I just knew it pre-flop, the way their betting went and everything. And when I hit my 2 pair on the board, I just let them bet the shit out of it. By the end of it, I just go, look, before you guys turn your cards up, you have aces, you have kings. And then I raked in the pot. I was like, I'm going to go smoke. I walked out to smoke. One of the guys followed me out, like, how'd you do that? I'm like, you guys told me what you had. You told me. You didn't have to say it. You
Do they
just
have
told me.
reflective glasses or something.
No, they're
like
just
that?
the way that they bet it like they both had the best possible starting hands. There's no, it was hilarious to me. But I watched a bunch of those where it was a lot of those, good reads.
Well,
that
shit,
people
man,
have.
we got a casino nearby. Let's fucking do it, dude.
I've been wanting to.
We'll talk to them and see if they can't let us broadcast there.
The
or
only
podcast
problem is
there.
though, at the casino that we have near us, the big one, they don't have poker. They were supposed to have it after
No
the first
shit.
year. Yeah, they were supposed to have it after the first year.
That's weird.
Well, so they made a deal with the card rooms around the area that the first year they wouldn't have poker,
yeah,
so
there
they could
are-
stay
There
afloat.
are like several that are.
Kind of. The card rooms are kind of going away.
Well, yeah, because you can't smoke in there anymore. I remember that.
Yeah,
when
dude,
they
I
passed
remember that. That was
rule?
great.
Everybody was pissed.
Yeah, I'm like,
But I think you still can at the big one unless they change that.
yes, you
recently.
can because technically that is a
Reservation,
on
isn't it?
Indian land.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Native American land or
It's
whatever.
called reservation.
Whatever. whatever it's called.
reserved for the Native Americans. We saved that land for them.
Yeah. We're like, hey,
You can have this.
we're gonna take 99.9% of this stuff. You guys can have this area.
Well, at first
Dude,
it was
even in the Black Hills were like, no, this is reservation land. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna build all these big statues.
Black Hills, wasn't that where Deadwood was?
No, the Black Hills.
Yeah,
that's
wasn't that where the town? of
I don't
Deadwood
know
was?
if that.
Oh, okay.
It's so awesome.
It's Black Hills. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have that. It's
Well,
a
isn't it
swamp,
Black
but
Hills
you
where
can
they
have it.
put the fucking Mount Rushmore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I wonder if you could figure that out.
Huh. It's too
Eh,
bad
oh
there
well.
isn't a technology
I-
involved.
I don't
that
know.
us, you know.
And
you know.
earlier when I looked
search
at my
these.
phone checking the fucking scores, it was crazy. My team did way better than I thought.
Hockey?
Yeah, it was nuts. No, that's a sport I fucking love.
Who cares?
I care. I
Yeah.
care about hockey.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, it's in South Dakota. You're right. It's
Yeah,
Black Hills. Yeah, Black
Look
Hills
at this
region,
fucking
South
guy,
Dakota.
Man,
historian, goddamn geologist.
Sucks that I know shit.
But it is also Black Hills was also where Deadwood was. That's where Wild Bill Hickok was killed.
Was it in there? Does it say it in there?
Well, not in the Mount Rushmore thing, but
Deadwood? Are we looking up Deadwood now? I've never
Wasn't
seen.
that a
I've
TV
seen. I've
series?
seen like half an episode.
no, I'm talking about the real place that the show was based on.
Like,
Deadwood was actually a real. This is based off of.
Yeah, no. The people in it are
Yeah.
based on real people.
neat.
Like, didn't they have what Calamity Jane? Who was it-
Yeah,
who's
she
in
was
it?
good. She was the actress who played her was really good. Yep. South Dakota. Yep. It's
Reach over and open that.
Not in
screen
the
door
Black
open
Hills
real quick.
at all. He's
yeah,
not
it
listening
is.
to you.
It's
He wants you to
leads
open up the
through the
screen
Black Hills National Forest.
Oh,
She needs
okay.
to go to the bathroom. Go on.
Founded in
Thank you.
1876.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's not that long
1876.
ago, though.
Well, I guess not really. You know,
Jesus, we're a fucking history channel now too, man.
we are an
What?
everything
What?
channel.
Look, it's the.
By the
it's-
way,
let's
if you
get
haven't
back to
seen
balls and
Deadwood, HBO's
buttholes.
Deadwood, you should watch
It's a
it.
non-binary
awesome.
podcast. It
That's
has
right.
no
Awesome.
identity.
We don't identify as anything except badass.
Well, I'm not so sure.
I am. No, I don't know about these two queers.
I am a flimsy plastic microphone.
I'm a light
That's
bulb.
what I identify
I'm
as.
a light bulb.
The light bulb one is great because that came from that. Dude, the identity thing where somebody's now identifying as a bug and a
Dude,
moth.
it's crazy. There's people that think they're deer now.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, but we've already had
Yeah,
that.
the hoof thing.
That we've had
it's
before. We've had.
Still weird.
That's the
Yeah,
other
it
thing.
is
Like,
weird.
why can't we just say that some people are weird and some people aren't? Who gives a shit?
No, I remember it was just
I don't.
gay or
That's,
straight.
hey,
I
you know
remember
what?
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember when it was simple.
Yep.
Or
Now there's,
tricked. Or
A
tricked.
million.
Yeah.
That was the other one.
Tricked?
Yeah, tricked.
What's tricked?
How else would you be tricked in a situation like that?
Oh, you
Well,
bastard! You got.
Oh man, you got me again.
Damn it!
Ah,
I'm gonna have to
shucks.
suck that. Fuck.
Guess I gotta suck the dick.
Yeah, I know how that one goes. That's not
That's
an easy
getting
one.
clipped out.
I know, right?
That's
a soundbite.
100% getting
What's
clipped
that
out.
comedian that he had that bit a long time ago. He was talking about it. You know, you ever just on occasion you do suck a dick and find yourself weeks later on a roller coaster or something like that, just screaming and going, I should have never sucked that dick. Can't remember
The
guy. I wanna
guilt
say
and
it's
the
like
shame
Rodney
kicks
something
in.
or other, but,
No,
man, that guy was fucking
Right as you're
hilarious.
going up and
Dog
over.
just knocked that over.
Oh no! Do we have a
100%
camera?
did that,
Oh, we have
yeah.
technical difficulties.
That's
That's one of the reasons why the dog shouldn't be in
wild
here.
animal. Where are we gonna put her?
Oh.
Well, we didn't have her in here before.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we did.
You can just
No,
chill
the
here.
other
She's
three.
fine right here.
Or 4. What are we at? I don't even know.
We're on 6. This is
Holy
number
shit.
6. Yeah. Episode 5 just came out. Check out episode 5. There's a puppy.
No, I brought in the
right
dream
here.
sequence one.
There's a puppy right
It's a
here.
transfer.
next to me. And
Transferring
she's
you
cute.
up to there.
Sorry about that.
So,
Sorry. Again, that's my dog. That's Toki. Everybody, she's a member of the show.
Dude,
now.
when
Yeah,
you
she's the
said something
mascot.
about the Laserdisc earlier, it just reminded me of SLC Punk.
oh, I love that
That's
movie.
the first.
There's a
fucking
movie on here.
But that's the first time I'd ever
I
seen.
love that guy.
I'd never seen a Laserdisc before.
Sync.
That
Mark
was the
is
first time I'd
awesome.
ever
they
seen
tried
that.
fucking singing the
And
car.
remember,
in the Salt Lake.
yeah, I was
Sync,
gonna
damn
say,
you.
That's what I was gonna bring up. He's tried sinking the fucking
Sick
car.
damn you! He's all shooting at it.
And he had that fucking
Heroin
giant.
Bob.
Yeah, I loved it, dude.
Yeah,
Heroin
but
Bob's awesome.
but his name was ironic because he
It
never
was
did
ironic.
drugs.
He never
was
did drugs.
The only straight edge person
he-
in the
Yep.
group.
And
Died
the
of
one
an
time
overdose.
he does do drugs,
Yeah.
he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
It's a great movie.
I like when he's talking to his parents with that big mohawk. It's like, love failed.
Yeah.
He told him love failed. You guys are divorced.
It's such a great movie.
And the dad's like,
Wasn't
God,
it-
he's going to be a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Wasn't the dude that we
So
used to be
fucking proud
friends
of
with?
his kid.
Right?
Fucking-
Wasn't Chris trying to be kind of like heroin?
He
Bob?
was literally, I think he was literally copying that
Yeah,
his life.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
I mean, he dressed like him.
Yes.
He did his hair like him. He even
Oh, he's a
acted like him at
douchebag.
times.
Yeah, well,
So it is what
takes
it
all
is.
kinds of time.
Yeah, we're
We
talking
all know
about
a good douchebag.
One of the
Yeah,
biggest
sure.
douchebags
Dude,
in
several of them.
existence.
100%. There's 3 at the table. There's also the dog, so it could have been.
She's not a douchebag. She's
True.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she's a
She
sweetheart.
just doesn't know how to walk. She's bored. She's fucking bored with this shit. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
she's
I'll-
not quite a
I'll
talker.
take care of her later.
That's true.
We tried to get her in the guest seat
Tim
in front
owns,
of a microphone.
owns
She
a
won't
lot of
have
stock
it.
in Jiffy.
Lube.
Is it crunchy or
It's
smooth?
got to be smooth. They don't,
I figured.
It's abrasive.
Hey,
it's chunky.
no,
We've
I
had
get
this
it.
conversation.
I
too.
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It is, you know.
Yeah.
Look, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Everyone
That's
likes
why I'm
to be
single,
slippery.
everybody. I'm not.
Because he fucks dogs.
Apparently.
What the fuck is going on?
We've already come to the conclusion that this house is haunted.
Yeah, I've got paintings falling off the wall. The mirror shows an image every now and then. I was woken up with some
Yeah, when he
odd
looks in it.
sound a couple nights ago. This is the first time I've actually like pulled a weapon and was expecting to use it in my house. It was fucking unreal. It was
Him
one of
just
those-
walking around with the fucking unicorn.
I'm not
dildo.
even kidding. I
I will fucking stab you to
I
death.
had the ATIM bomb ready to go.
Tim,
He
how
thought
many hookers have you killed in this house? Because
I haven't done any hookers
Well,
killed. Well,
everybody knows that one out
she
of
said she
3
wasn't a
hookers will be a
hooker.
ghost.
when she asked for money, that's what happened.
Tim's like, it wasn't in the house. I made sure to bring her outside. I don't kill in my
But
house.
you were still on the property.
We're talking about that John Wayne Gacy underneath the house crawl space thing. I have a lot of lime.
Well, it wasn't even just the crawl space. He put them in the walls.
that guy
Yeah,
was
he put them all
fucking
over the place
awesome.
because he was
What
like,
did he get?
had a construction
Awesome.
company, right?
Yeah.
You're like, man, I've always wanted to be a clown that
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
kills kids.
Like I remember he like handcuffed a kid and told him, "Hey, you get out of these."
Oh,
handcuffs,"
dude.
and all that.
Yeah, I remember. Because I've watched a few things on. You know,
Did you watch the movie, the Gacy movie?
I saw that
Not
movie.
the movie,
It had the guy from Pee Wee
Pee-wee
Herman.
Herman.
Yeah, playing Casey.
oh, that makes sense,
Yeah,
actually.
the big fat guy from
Yeah,
Pee-wee
no,
Herman.
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I know you are, but what am
And the
I?
weird thing is, like, isn't he like?
Francis.
Francis.
But
Yeah.
isn't he like one of the nicest guys though? Like, I think I've seen interviews with him.
No, they say the same thing
That's
about.
going well.
Uh-oh.
Like I said.
Our mascot has tried to get our attention.
Yeah,
Let us
they're
know
no, they're
she
fighting.
ain't having
I
that
got
curtain.
more money on the dog. Cat ain't gonna win. Get ahead of it.
All
But
right.
no, it was that. Well, we were talking
Come
about
here, Poppy.
John Wayne Gacy, and then we
Yeah.
moved on to
Yeah, so
fuck, man. I already lost-
Francis.
Yeah.
Francis. Shit.
Yeah, you know,
Lost my train of thought. Thank you,
there
Toki.
is like
Thanks,
a
Toki.
there's a lot of these serial killer documentaries coming out now because
Not a real
I guess they
studio,
got a
it's
new
all
one
lies. It's so fucking
about
studio
Ted Bundy
lies.
that's coming out where Elijah
Tim's
Wood's
whole
gonna
life
be
is a
it's gonna
lie.
be a
He's
movie.
fucking done.
Fuck the show.
Well, guys,
All right, that makes sense.
No, we got some more time. I'm gonna get.
the curtain's
you
down.
doing?
Hey, that's
I
no
don't
big
know what
deal.
I'm doing. I'm trying to see what the fuck you. What are you doing? What do you want?
Oh, there we go.
It's still my house.
The mascot's been out.
I have no idea what's going on now.
Yeah, mascot's been moved out of the room.
All right, that worked out well.
Hey, that works.
Damn it.
This is a different kind of technical difficulty. Actually, this is just part of the show.
No, it's going weird.
Hi there,
At
puppy
best.
pup.
There's fucking sharp things. I don't want to step on them later. Oh, haunted house. We're talking about that.
Yeah. House is haunted.
Tim, nobody can fucking hear you.
See, now he said
Nobody
now,
can.
he said he got rid of the hookers outside. If you're on the property, you're still getting haunted. Just how it works.
How do you know how it works?
Because I do.
Because none of that makes any sense.
Property
Why
lines.
is it that everybody that sees a fucking ghost sees somebody that was like an important person from the 1830s was in this house. I only see them.
Oh, well, those people are just liars.
It's all bullshit.
Of course it is.
First off, like, wouldn't you, if you lived in an apartment complex, wouldn't you find the fucking ghost that was like, hey, dude, can you turn on the game? Because he just died recently.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you see that ghost
Gotta catch
too?
the Dodgers game.
But instead, no, you'll only see these important ghosts from years and years ago.
Like Abraham Lincoln lived in your house.
It's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, of course it's
I'm
bullshit.
sorry for freaking out. I apologize for that. It's very unprofessional of me.
But, all the ghost stuff
know.
is bullshit.
I don't
Sorry,
know what
it
Tim,
is.
Tim would.
There are
went
perfectly
nutty.
rational
weird.
explanations for everything that happens in a house.
I don't think that there's perfect. I would disagree with
For
that
sure.
too.
No,
I don't think there's always
something
perfectly
crazy about walking
rational
around the
things.
house in your boxers with a loaded gun. I mean, that's the first time I've chambered a bullet in my gun and walked my house.
No, that's not how I.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but you don't have kids too.
Now, I get that,
well,
but
that's not.
Like I got to take precautions.
when I had
the
the chick living with me with her kid, and I still carried with the chambered. What's the difference?
Well, the kid finds that chambered weapon, and
Kid knows not to touch it.
well, it is about education
yeah,
too. But,
true.
That's a big part of it. I
again,
grew up that way. I grew up with
I get
guns
it.
in the
However,
house everywhere.
There's still kids that will fucking break.
we'll just
the
go
rules.
ahead and do it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my kids.
You
but
let God sort those ones out.
Sort it out.
Fuck, dude.
George Carlin had my
Duct tape
favorite
him to the
line about it.
ceiling.
The kid that swallows too many marbles doesn't grow up to have kids of his own. That's one of my favorite George Carlin lines, and I agree with it 100%.
Jesus,
Why
man.
can't we go back to the fucking days of no helmets and fucking stop
So-
putting pads on everything?
Hey,
It's someone else's kid, of course you're like. Hey,
And-
whatever,
and
just
on some
work it
level,
itself.
I
Look,
do
I
agree with
get
that.
it. Look, I get it. In those cases, things are sad.
yeah,
But if you
Well, you gotta clarify that, huh?
No,
You gotta
but-
put a little fucking.
just
an
'cause-
addendum.
Just because it's sad doesn't mean that it's not okay. That's expected because that was a stupid situation.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
had another one of those where I realized I was like, yeah, that was just someone being dumb.
Yeah, that happens.
And that's true. But I do think that we have overly sensitized things.
Yeah,
in this
hey,
country.
when we were kids, you go out and played.
For sure.
Street lights came
Till
on, you came home.
That's exactly right. Yep. You come home, have dinner, do
Sometimes.
your homework,
yeah,
whatever.
sometimes.
Yeah,
you did.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, hey, I'm over
Sure.
at my friend's house. I'm gonna spend the night.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey,
I
can your
remember
mom call my mom.
What was
And
it
it's
like-
Pretty much not even that.
Yeah.
sometimes.
10 years ago, that big fucking hoopla in New York because the mom was letting her like 8-year-old take the city transportation by
what was it
himself.
called? Latchkey kids.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was allowed. Like
No,
your
now
kid
now
got
it's
home-
helicopter parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
now it's the
no,
helicopter parents, the
latchkey kids
bulldozer
were the kids
parents.
that
Yeah, they're-
parents were at work.
Yeah, they
They
come
got off
home
of
when
school. They come home, unlock their own door,
Yeah.
come home, and they're at like 5-6 years old.
yeah.
And there
Dude,
are
that's-
whole
That's unheard
look,
of. Now.
there are whole books written on this. You ever heard of the
Yes.
book The Coddling of the American Mind, where this guy talks about all of this stuff and how it's affecting children
Kevin,
now?
you
They-
look at
they're
us. Wait,
higher, they're
here,
far more
Can
depressed.
I ask you something though?
They're far more.
Can I ask you something?
What?
You look at me and Tim and ask us if we've read a smart book.
What's reading?
Okay. So there's this book
Okay,
called Coddling of the
what's a
American
book?
Mind that talks about this.
Is it an audio version or anything like that? Can
They
we,
do have an audio
can we have one of
version.
those implanted?
Weren't they
in our
trying to get
minds?
rid of
Yeah.
audio versions of
It's
books?
something that
Were they?
to the
I
chip?
think so.
Can I just
Oh
upload
yeah,
it to the chip?
download it to the chip. Hell yeah, dude,
Can't
of
wait
course.
for that
Of
fucking
course, we
day,
got
dude.
that.
Where you just kind of flutter your eyelids and you have
Tim,
that
Plug it
information.
in.
Tim, you're gonna be buried.
I
in
know
dirt
kung fu.
before then.
Do you think so?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, man, that's
Jesus,
coming in
dude,
the next
fucking
like 20
retarded.
years.
Why do you say that?
Oh no, you're gonna live forever. All right.
I'm certainly gonna
Man,
live
fuck
forever.
you. I am gonna live forever. Thank
I'm
you,
gonna live
Lusky.
forever.
He's gonna figure out a way to build me a new.
He's not a
liver.
medical guy.
No,
He makes Teslas.
Teslas.
No, but he's got
Tesla.
other people involved. It's
Yeah,
not
the
just
chip-
him doing
The
it.
chip in the pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
and
he
it
was
worked.
doing. Yeah, Neuralink.
It was this. Yeah, it was a successful test. Wait, that's good. You know, I
He
mean,
can-
that's
he
the
can
first
build
step.
New organs too. He's rich.
Well,
I don't think money
He's
gets
gonna
you
try to
new
figure out how to make
organs.
himself live as long as possible. He's gonna capitalize on that.
But I don't think that's what he's actually doing, though.
No.
There's other people doing that.
there are
I
other
agree.
people doing that.
And actually, there's
I think he's like
scientists-
heavily just supporting it. And,
Well, there's
you know.
scientists now looking at aging as a disease.
Yes.
And looking at it from that point of view.
And they think they may have figured out what actually causes it, and they think they might have an idea of
time.
how to fix it.
That's what
Was it-
causes
Oh, it's
it.
not just time.
Isn't it telemers? Or
Yeah, it's the telemeters or telemeters or something
I
like
think
that.
it's
Yeah, yeah, and it's basically essentially on your cells. All your
hate
cells have
knowing
these,
stuff.
and they're these little tails. The older you get, the longer they
Fucking
get.
nerds.
I
just
think it's that way.
retain
The longer they
information
get,
and
or
I
the
have no
shorter they
idea
get,
why.
one of the two.
I drink
But
my
anyway,
information away.
they've apparently figured out how
everything's
to
brand new
prevent
to me.
these
That was a
from
door that
growing
you didn't want to unlock when
in
you were
mice,
6. I get
which
it.
is the first step towards making us immortal.
It's making this serious. What?
Yeah,
No, I went on.
you
a
heard
jour-
me.
I
They
went
don't
on a
need
jour-
to.
I went
Go
on-
ahead and.
went on a
Can you
journey, so-
repeat all of that?
Essentially,
No.
no, fine.
Dumb
It's
it-
in the video.
Dumb it
You
down
got it.
Yeah.
In a
yeah.
10.
Okay.
maybe- no, a 3-second.
Basically,
blurb.
they figured out how to
Time's up.
stop, how
I've
to.
already lost interest.
They figured out how to reverse aging in mice,
I've already
and the
lost
next
it.
step is humans.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I gotta
Good
worry
stuff.
about that shit, dude. Grandpa, look at this fucking old guy right here.
Look, one of the
90-year-old guy.
one of the things I looked at that I always found interesting was what is that?
Pornography.
Epigenetics, where things get passed down like traumas, like weird shit.
Yeah, like fears and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
weird fears that
Well, would you say that's
Oh, it
they've
is a
actually,
real thing.
They brought in-
hereditary?
They're-
in DNA?
hereditary.
So,
like
so
fears,
I
yeah.
read,
No, I
yes,
don't buy into
no,
that
I read a
shit
book. There
because-
was this chick that constantly had this. She was gonna kill herself in a fucking. She worked at it like a steel mill, and she was gonna jump into the burning shit. you know?
Neat.
Yeah. So she wanted to do
What a
that.
way
She
to
couldn't
go.
figure
The
out
melted
fucking
metal.
why. Couldn't figure it out. Ended up finding out that she was Jewish and had family that were actually killed in the fucking Holocaust
Jeez.
and burned, and all that shit. Like that was the connection there. There's other ones too.
Yeah.
No, there's
Well,
other
no,
ones. There's
it's a
other
thing.
ones
Like
too.
they've
done
recently
studies
kind of
with rats.
Oh, fuck.
So
Yeah,
so
even
with rats,
animals get
what they
this.
would do with rats is they would actually take rats and they would
pretty crazy.
they'd give them food, but they would electrify it, and then they would spray in like a mist, right? Of I think like a citrus smell.
Ooh, day.
So the next 2 generations that they tested this on, anytime they sprayed that citrus, they would cower.
I don't buy into it.
You don't have to buy into it. It's fucking science.
No, that's not science.
All
That's
right.
that's.
Well,
Hey, you
he's
spray
already drunk.
citrus. You spray citrus at a mouse. It's gonna be like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't matter, dude.
It does.
I'm
though.
sorry.
That
but
giant
that's-
sprayed
you
some
think
poison
acid.
at me.
You think that those are the only mice that they sprayed it at? They didn't do a control test group.
So I'm sure that 90% of the mice they sprayed this at, were like, and then
Run,
the ones
magic!
that- No,
They've
I
done
don't buy
enough
into that
studies
shit.
on it
That's
that
nonsense.
they've actually know that there is a
Nonsense.
connection. Epigenetics. How do you think we have? So
I think
they've done,
your fears
wait,
are
wait.
instilled to your kids because of your fears.
No.
Well, no, they're-
Don't walk in the
no,
street
that's
'cause-
not true. Look, okay.
Now there are
they've actually done
primordial
other
instinctual
yeah,
fears, and then they're the ones that passed
So
on,
they,
the
they've done
hereditary
they've done
ones.
other studies where they've taken fucking like 50 different photos and flashed them on the screen, right? All I mean, extremely fast. And what are the ones that people ended up remembering? They had like keys and all these other things and stuff. They didn't remember any of that.
Buttholes.
They remembered.
I would always
They
remember a
remembered the
butthole when I saw it.
spiders and they remembered the snakes.
The chocolate starfish.
Because that's a thing that's passed down because those used to be things that we had to fear. We don't have to fear them as much because we don't fucking live outside anymore.
But those are still there, ingrained in us
Yeah.
somewhere.
Nah, that's cool. You don't buy it. That's fine. Anyway,
Spiders
He's
and
like,
snakes
oh, you
are
like
scary
your
as
full of
shit, but
shit.
it's-
they're
I-
not
I'm-
scary. I don't have that. I don't have the fear of them. I have fear of things that can actually kill me. So if I have a black widow and it's fucking crawling on me, that I'd have more fear of because I can actually get very sick from it. A rattlesnake would give me fear. Fucking garter snake? No. I'd just be like, all right, it's a snake. Who cares? Or any other spider?
It causes pain, doesn't it?
I don't. To me, that's not that big of a deal.
Pain's not a big deal. to you.
Not those 2 tiny teeth. And actually, I don't think garter snakes have teeth.
It's an uncomfortable thing that you
I don't think
wanna,
garter snakes
No, I think
have
they
teeth.
have teeth, but they're
don't
really
think
tiny,
all-
though,
all
right?
Because I think they
snakes-
eat mostly snake
all
or insects.
snakes
But, oh, yeah, you're
have
probably
teeth.
right, yeah.
Huh?
at a certain size. All
Yeah,
snakes do,
garter snakes are tiny.
but they still have teeth.
Oh,
I
they're
mean,
little-
yeah, the
if they
size
do,
of
they're
like
little
you know,
tiny
the
guys.
minuscule. You're not going to get too much blood drawn, but it's still going to cause pain.
Maybe.
I've been bitten by a
Or you
garter
could look
snake
up
when I was
garter
younger.
snakes.
It was a little guy, but
All of them have teeth.
Okay.
They're all carnivores.
But,
all of them. You can't be a carnivore and not have teeth.
But yeah, there's the primordial fears, and then like for instance, like with a cat, if you were to stick something like a stick or something behind them, and then they turn around, they'll jump like up into the sky because they'll think it's a snake.
Yeah, the cucumber thing I've always.
Yes, because it resembles a snake, and it sort of gets into their head that primordial fear of snakes. But they have been finding that there are people that will get like fears of like heights and stuff from genetically.
My thing is heights. I hate heights.
I don't like heights either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of heights.
When I was roofing, it sucked.
Yeah, I remember I was doing siding for maybe a week, and they decided to put me up on this rickety fucking scaffolding with a tool belt around my waist, and they were throwing the pieces of siding up to me.
Oh shit!
I had to reach out and catch those as they came.
I've seen guys do that before.
So no, I lasted about a week because they found out, no, he's not good on the scaffolding. Let's have him put the paper down. Oh, he sucks at that too. Let's have him cut. No, he sucks at that. I am not a siding person. I will not.
Me neither.
Nope.
Well, you know what? I was lucky when I was roofing. The guy I worked with, it was his personal business. It was just him, so he'd hire helpers. And he thought me crawling around on the roofs because I was too afraid to snap. Yeah, he thought it was hilarious, so he kept me around. He thought he got laughs out of me working with him.
Crawling on the roof like it's the jungles of
Vietnam.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's Charlie in the bush.
Oh yeah, he thought it was hilarious, so he kept me around.
It's odd. Like,
he was a really cool guy though. But like,
there was when I lived in Arizona, I was right there by Horseshoe Bend, and it was a photo shot. You know, you go to the edge of Horseshoe Bend, and you can see this huge wind-blown, water-blown canyon. It's a horseshoe shaped. And, you know, literally you go off the edge, Dad. And I had no issue with that so much, but when I saw families with their kids near there, I fucking lost it. That's when my fear jumped in. I've done some high-rise stuff and all that, but that whenever I see kids near high areas, I fucking lock up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be the opposite. I'd just be like,
I can understand that
because I flip a coin.
No, I get the fear of heights, man. I don't like it either. It makes me. I don't know what it is.
So I have
but I think it may be one of those genetic things.
Well, yeah, but
they say it's also the call of the void.
I have the weird.
You've heard about that, where like, you know, people who are not necessarily suicidal, but they're driving over a bridge, and they get the sensation to just turn their wheel and go over the edge.
Oh, okay.
There's something about that too.
No, but I don't see how that has to do with fear of heights.
But maybe that's not. Well, the thing is though, that could be.
That seems to be the opposite. You want to actually use the heights to an end of
But that could create a fear of heights, couldn't it? I mean, if they have the urge to do it and they don't want to, but somehow they don't know where this urge is coming from.
Family members that won't go over bridges because of that.
Interesting.
Because they had the desire to turn.
Yeah,
and they don't know where it's coming from.
I still don't believe that that's the same thing as the fear of heights.
But it could. I think it could cause someone to have fear.
But what I'm saying is, there's a different. I think because I don't fucking get on a roof and go, oh man, I want to jump off of this.
But there are those that.
I'm sure there are.
But it could build anxiety up for being around that, being around and that sort of thing.
Like that's fine, but I still don't think it's the same thing as fear.
When they were up on a high-rise building, and she was like. And she goes right to the edge and sits on it. It's like, what are you doing? He's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Like, I'm feeling that way in this conversation. I want to jump off
She's
some
like,
heights.
I know I'm okay.
Now I get it.
I know I'm okay, and I'm okay with it.
I completely get it.
Why? Why are you okay with it? Because I know I'm okay with who I am and what my life is, and I'm not worried about falling. And his thing was, I fear about that call of the void. That's why I avoid the edge of heights.
I get what you're saying about the call of the void, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be freaky.
But I still don't think that that's the same thing as fear of heights.
Well, it's not. He's not saying.
I think
those
are two separate things.
But the thing is, that can cause. I think that can cause a fear of heights.
My fear of heights has nothing to do with that.
Sure.
You know, and my fear of heights is weird because I used to climb trees and shit.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
But
I didn't have fear of heights.
I can still do that now. But if I had to do it, like say the cat was stuck in the tree and I had to get the cat out, that's when I would freak out about it. It's weird. But if I climbed it on my own, just for
like
no
on
reason,
your own terms, and you're not being
forced. It's a weird. Yeah. If I have to do something.
Okay, I can understand
there's
that.
Life involved. That's what freaks me
out.
I
don't care about the cat. The cat can get down. It's not. The cat's just fucking.
Yeah, most cats are not actually stuck.
Right there,
I'm just
saying.
saying.
If I have to climb up to a tree to save a cat,
no,
I'm freaking out. But if I'm going,
if I had to do something,
I
go up in
understand
heights,
what you're saying.
Then
I think Shane's on
It's
crack
more like
cocaine.
you're being forced.
Crack cocaine. That's where you think I started.
That's
I,
what's
st-
in this little
I started the
fucking
night with
contraption
crack
he was-
cocaine.
He's just in there smoking that crack.
Yeah,
laughing.
no. Look, you got to do what
Look,
you got to do.
the edge is pretty high here too, dude. You gotta watch out now. Watch out.
Yeah, we got a new
Oh shit.
edge here.
Edge.
Nice.
Boot edge.
Smooth.
Yes.
Boot edge.
Booty judge?
Boot edge.
Oh, for
Booty
fuck's
judge?
sake. Where are we going with
Booty
this?
The
judge?
guy who's supposed to fix all of our infrastructure when it comes to
Booty judge.
traveling. and
You
all
gonna
that.
judge
Yeah,
all
like,
them
I
booties.
guess Oregon got like $1 billion for ODOT to fix our roads.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, you mean the ones that Antifa burned down?
Yeah,
You think they burned down roads?
I don't know. They burned down a lot of
They
shit.
shit on them. I know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can call the homeless Antifa, but
They got all these people waiting for this
Oh,
money. To fucking
I'm sure
fix
there's
our
quite a few homeless
infrastructure.
members in Antifa
What's that
over
gonna
there.
fix?
what? $1 billion?
Yeah,
Well, not much because it goes through too many hands.
yeah, exactly. There's pockets being
Yes.
lined with that.
Hands being greased,
And
pockets
he's
being
talking
filled.
about he's trying to fix racist roads
Those roads are
No, the
racist
roads
because
are
they're
clearly racist.
Yeah.
I read it.
because bridges are named a certain way. They're
well, I-
racist.
Why are
I
roads
read
black?
I read an
So
article
racist.
today about some teacher that's changing the way he's grading because traditional grading of "do you know it" is fucking racist.
These people are insane.
Math is racist.
These
I mean,
people are insane. I heard that. These
math
people
is
are
racist.
nuts.
And that's their card. I'm sorry, but the left that's their card.
That's all they do. They just call you racist, a bigot, a phobic, whatever.
I think, like,
An
how is
ist and a
math
phobe. That's all
racist?
they ever do.
How
There's
is
no
math
substance to their
racist?
arguments.
Like-
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. How the fuck are numbers racist?
Because Asian people are good at it, and
Yeah, well,
2
what
plus
the
2
hell?
equals 4, unless it doesn't.
Yeah. And on Twitter,
Which is
apparently 2 plus
bullshit.
2 can equal 5, which is some straight George Orwell shit. That's some
And that's where we're
1984
headed.
crap right
It
there.
depends on who's in charge, but that's where we're
I like
headed.
how we're being gaslighted in math.
I know. It's fucking insane.
You're fucking crazy. It doesn't equal 4.
We're
It
in
equals
such
whatever
a
we
weird
want.
time in history. It's so
2
bizarre.
plus 2 equals pineapple. That's what I'm saying. And you're right, good sir. It can mean whatever you want it to be.
Guess we can end on math.
2 plus 2 equals pineapple.
Fuck yeah.
All right, that's good. We're good. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good night.